I just got this question and I got it wrong, so let's go over it and see if you can get it. A 74-year-old woman presents to the hospital in an apparent exacerbation of baseline COPD. The patient is rapidly intubated and placed on mechanical ventilation. Which of the following best describes the expected relationship between the patient's minute ventilation and her arterial tension of CO2? And here are the 4 graphs. So we know as we increase our minute ventilation or our respiratory rate and or tidal volume, we are blowing off more CO2, effectively reducing our arterial concentration of CO2. So we expect the answer will be a graph that shows as minute ventilation increases, our CO2 decreases, right? So it's going to be some sort of negative slope. That means choice C is out. That's a positive slope. Now, the other thing to kind of note here is B, which is a very linear slope. Linear correlations rarely exist inside the human body. As a rule of thumb, B is probably wrong. Now, the next question is it this exponential decay or is it more of a sigmoidal decay? I selected the answer D, which was actually the incorrect answer. The correct answer was A, this exponential decay. And the reason being is that our body is really sensitive to minute ventilation because we have to be able to rapidly correct our CO2 with our minute ventilation in certain scenarios. Now, in patients that have COPD, they can only breathe so fast before you get to the bottom of this curve. So we get down to the bottom very quickly. At that point, you've reached the limit of how much CO2 you can get rid of with your respiratory rate, as opposed to this sigmoidal shape, which means it would take a lot higher minute ventilation before you start to see a decrease in your CO2, which is not true.